Welcome to the Players Club, presented by Bluff City NIL and Coaching for Literacy. Join host Christian Fowler each week as he sits down with players from your hometown school. Now, let's hit the club and get this party started.
Mr. Pearson? What's up, everybody, and welcome to this week's episode of the Players Club out here at Let It Fly in Germantown, presented by Bluff City NIL and Coaching for Literacy. And this week, I got with me Hank Pearson, Davion Carter, Rock Taylor, and DeAgo Brumfield. Guys, how y'all doing?
Good.
All right, 2 weeks into it, let's talk about 3 weeks into it. Let's talk about the Navy win last Thursday. We're almost a week away from that win. You guys just give me your thoughts.
Man, it was a heart attack.
It was a heart attack?
It was a heart attack, man. The whole fourth quarter was a heart attack. We had a drive where we could have put the game away. We fumbled into the end zone, making it a touchback. Man, I don't even want to relive that one, man. I kind of want to put that one behind me.
Yeah, it was definitely a dogfight, Everybody came out there thinking it was going to be easy, but now it's supposed to doubt your opponent, supposed to play hard every game. Because when we doubted them, that's what happened. Like, the game got to a dogfight. We came out with the dub, though, even though it didn't look good, but still came home with the dub.
Defensively, we knew we was going to have to tackle. That was a big point of emphasis, probably the biggest point of emphasis the whole week, making good little tackle, stop game after after contact. But first half, we did do a good job of that. It was a good game. Second half, it made it close, but I feel like second half, defense did better at that. So, help put the game away.
I was going to say, I agree with that. I feel like in the first half, I just felt like the tackling was the main issue. Like, we were calling a lot of stuff where, like, the bigger guys were on the edge and the backers were filling. And in the second half, Coach Barnes made a good adjustment and kind of flipped the roles. And so Chandler and Jeff were able to get out and run, and the corners were able to set the edge. So I felt like in the second half, we adjusted well.
So Hank and DeAgo on the defensive side of the ball. Hank, you can start. Walk us through that last drive, that game-clinching drive.
Oh, it was crazy. I was walking out on the field, and we're gonna get into it later, but 3 years ago I wasn't playing football at all, and I was walking out there looking at the stands and stuff and being like, I'm about to have to close this game out, or we are in general. So I don't know. I was definitely nervous, but at the same time, that's what we trained for. We invite that moment, and we stepped up, and I was just really proud of us in general for getting that last stop.
For sure.
Nice.
Well said. Me coming from Kempsville, just being there, the crowd was pumping. Fourth quarter, it's really like if you ain't living for them moments, then that's what you play football for in a way. You know what I'm saying? For games like that, to be in games like that. So me just being out there, it was cool, man. I was just in my head, I'm just thinking we got to get the stop because I just know how. I'm not trying to lose. That's all I was thinking in my head. Let's get the stop. Every play, just think about what I can do to help get the stop.
Yeah, we were talking to Whit and Darius Coffee last week about preparing for Navy, and you guys starting that over the summer because it's just such a different thing, something that you don't see. So back to my defensive guys, what is that preparation like? Walk us through that a little bit, and how does that even lead into the game, preparing for an offense that you literally only see once a year?
It's horrible. It's the same. We run the same 3 or 4 things, and Coach Barnes was talking all week. We normally get 300 to 400-ish reps against a team before we play against them. In First Navy, we were well into 1,000.
1,400, he said.
Yeah, so we were prepared. We've been doing it. We go, study for them year round, but it's a tough offense to stop because you miss one tackle, you miss one fit, and they're taking it. So it's always a challenge playing them regardless of the personnel. They present a different problem, but it was good getting prepared for them.
Yeah, DeAgo, for you, this first time preparing for them at Memphis. What were your thoughts on preparation for Navy?
To be honest, high school football, little league football. I've seen a lot of option teams in my life. Who like to just ground and pound, who will run all game if you let them. So to me, it wasn't that different. Seeing it, definitely preparing for it as early as we did was different though. I never prepared for a team that far back into playing.
Into the winter.
Yeah, I'm preparing for them.
So all through camp, it was.
I remember.
And I never did that before. But I do feel like it definitely helped to my advantage. I feel like stuff I was seeing, it was like practice in a way. I had to make the actual tackle, but it was like practice.
So offensively, first drive, go down, score relatively easy, and then it's kind of up and down. Consistency wasn't necessarily there. What are your guys' thoughts offensively from the Navy game?
I just think that we need to execute well. Like if we had like a couple 3 and outs, bad play calls here and there, but I guess you just gotta play, because it's gonna be bad plays, good plays, but you gotta play through it. But we have to execute. So.
Absolutely. I think execution was a big thing. A lot of people think Navy is a pushover, like it's a gimme game, but they got a unique scheme on defense and offense, and they got a bunch of guys buying into what they teaching them. They have a defense coordinator, been there 30 plus years. He was now promoted to head coach, so he was able to really let his lesson. He was sending everything our way, bringing 7 up, 8 up. We just got to do a better job in those moments to convert, keep the defense off the field, especially with a game like that with limited possessions. You know?
Davion, let's talk about the running game a little bit. Blake Watson has brought a completely different dynamic to this offense, and what he brings is not only a runner but a pass catcher as well. 10 for 169, 6 for 68. How much does he help, and what's it like blocking for a guy like Blake Watson?
Man, Blake is an experienced runner. I mean, he's been in college now 6 years, so he knows a lot about the passing game. He picks up well the scheme every week. He never really MAs or anything. He always knows where to be, knows how to make plays. He one of the most shiftiest backs I ever played with and ever seen, laid eyes on. He's so calm under pressure. Like, he never, even after he made a mistake, he wasn't out of it. Anything. He got back in the huddle, straight face, calm like he is. He a goofy guy. I don't understand. He's so goofy, like, outside of football. But, like, when the pass come on, he got, like, a straight face. You can't even get him to smile hardly. Unless he scored a touchdown.
Then he smiling.
Oh, yeah.
Rock, Memphis fans been hearing about you for years now. Obviously, highly rated recruit coming out of high school. Why is this the breakout year? We've seen it in the first 3 games, early glimpses. Why is this your breakout season?
I just say, consistency. Wait my turn and just being humble until the time comes. That's it.
All right, let's talk about this Missouri game coming up. Originally supposed to be a home game, now to be played in St. Louis. How are y'all feeling going in this game? It's a long week of preparation with playing last Thursday, so how are we feeling going into Missouri?
I'm feeling real good. This is the game that we work for, put all our blood, sweat, and tears in. Like, teams like this don't look at us as a threat, but they're going to see come the time that they see all the work we put in.
It's for real.
Yeah.
Facts. I don't know how they pulled that out. Was able to get us out of our home game like that. We would rather have them at the Liberty Bowl, but we're gonna go up there 2 days early. We're gonna have plenty of time to prepare, get a feel for everything, being up there in the dome and everything like that. I think we're gonna be all right. Yeah, we're gonna be all right. Upset alert.
I love that. I think we'd be good though.
Your turn, buddy.
I don't know. I mean, I'm excited. Like, they got a big old line, and I think that sounds intimidating at first, but when you look at the guys across, there's some matchups we feel like we can exploit, and we like having a target on our back. This is something that we've had circled since the summer. I mean, I remember doing the sled pushes when Noah was screaming out. Still I'll bring it back there, but I don't know. This is something we've been looking forward to, and we're ready to put on display the stuff we've been working for.
DeAgo, you obviously don't give away anything here, but Luther Burden this week, a difficult matchup. Like I said, we don't want to give any schemes away or anything like that. But what is preparation like for a player like that is extremely dynamic and one of the better receivers in the country?
Man, I feel like it's just, again, you got to know what the offense want to do. We know they want to give them the ball. Give them the ball in space, give them the ball all type of ways, really. We just got to look at the tendencies, definitely study and watch film a lot. And again, really, thing with Navy, we just got to make little tackles. We got to be able to make tackles on it. We get them on the ground, we'll be all right. Catching never the problem, really.
So we talked to everybody last week about this upcoming. Last week was a short week of preparation. Now we're on a long week. What does that change? How is that different when you have 9 days versus a week or 5 days or whatever it may be? How does that change everything?
I believe the best thing we did was play on that Thursday.
Yeah.
Of course, it feel bad at first, 2 games, 5 days apart. But on the back end of that, we got a couple of days off, allowed our bodies to heal from those games. And, we got some time off and they're able to get our legs back in there, so they're going to get our best punch. We had 9 days, to prepare for them.
Yeah, for sure.
And for Hank and DeAgo, how does that help, especially your body coming off a game where they're running the ball 40, 50 times and you're constantly in there making tackles? I think both of you guys were top 5 on the team in tackles this past week against Navy. So how much does that extra time help you guys when it comes to your body?
I feel like it helps a lot. It just allows you more time to prepare, get in the cold tub, you feel me, get your normal takes, whatever you need to do to just get your legs right, and really get anything right that's hurting.
Yeah, same. I definitely was pretty beat up after it, but having the extra 2 days is not only good for the physical, but it's good for the mental too. Being able to, I mean, I think all of us kind of sat at home and watched them play Kansas State, and I mean, I thought it was an impressive win for them. And
Yeah.
I mean, you're talking about number 3. Like, we have a lot of respect for him. We have a lot of respect for what he can do, but they're just people just like us. And so
we got players too, man.
Yeah.
Simple.
Yeah, how much does it put a chip on your shoulder? I mean, it's not like a huge discrepancy. I think 5.5 point underdogs. I know you guys don't pay attention to that necessarily. Yeah. But how much of a difference is it when you go into a game as an underdog against a SEC opponent and you got people around the country thinking, okay, that's like you said, like they're taking you for granted. What is that feeling like, and how much does that help the motivation?
I think we got nothing to lose. I mean, our motto this week is what is it, like swing away. Yeah. So we got
I feel like it's a lot of confidence going around our locker room. You know, we know what type of game this is. The winner of this game is definitely going to be ranked. And if we can knock those guys, I will send a shockwave through our American conference and have guys worried. And then, you know, we want to be ranked after this week. So we're going to go up there and try to put up 30 plus on them.
So let's, like you said, you want to be ranked after this game. I like that. I like that. Everybody that we've talked to so far in the past 3 weeks about this season, it's one goal. It's AAC championship. That is the goal for the season. Starting off 3-0, having a big time game this weekend against Missouri. Everything's in front of you. Like how exciting is it at this point in the season? Obviously, y'all are working. You got the head down. Like it's not looking at the end goal completely right now because you got games in front of you. But how exciting is it to be 3-0 right now, full season in front of you, everything on the table?
I say it's really exciting because this year, this team, we taking every game 1-0 every week. Like, we're not thinking, oh, we're going to win just because we're 3-0, we're going to win. No, we're taking every game one by one, trying to win that game first. So, yeah.
Yeah, I think also, too, like, I mean, this is going to my 3rd year, but I mean, Rock can attest, like we and Davion can attest, like we've been 3-0 before. We've started. Mm-hmm. Well, you weren't here last year.
No, I'm just
But yeah, I mean, we've started well in the past, and around week 4 and 5 is when you start to really see the make of the team. And in the past couple of years, this is where we've really hit a rough spot. So for me, I'm looking to keep it going and try and keep riding this wave as long as we can.
Absolutely.
So looking at this and what it could potentially do, this is one of those games that it could be a catapult to the rest of the season, right? Like this could be a big win. You're saying you could be ranked after this game. Mm-hmm. A win in this game, how much does it help the confidence for the team the rest of the season, knowing like, okay, we can beat anybody on the schedule? I know y'all feel that way anyway, but getting that validation of going and doing it, how much does that set up the rest of the year?
I think you said it right there. Like if we win this game, like it's up. I'm not going. I don't want to say it's smooth sailing and sound arrogant, but this is probably going to be one of the highest, competitive games we play. As far as caliber of players,
right?
Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? But I'm saying if we win this one, it's going to be real hard for people to knock us off a Howard's 4-0 ranked team. Mm-hmm. Then coming back to the Liberty Bowl for the next couple of weeks, it's going to be hard to come in here and win.
It is.
It's going to be hard to come in here and win, I tell you.
Yeah, completely agree. I think, like you're saying, it's in the perfect spot. Like you had the beginning of the season. I don't want to say it was easy. Warm up every game is difficult.
You can say that, man. You can say that. Man.
All right. So you have your more difficult teams coming up, and you're talking about just the motivation from it and everything. Overall, before we go to a break, real quick. Overall, what is the feeling? What is the excitement level in the locker room going into this game?
We're ready. I mean,
right.
There's nothing else to say. We'll get this preparation
Everybody
done.
ready to play this
We're
game.
ready.
This is the main game we're looking forward to.
Yeah, we look at this as like a money game. For smaller, we're an FBS team, man, where you can go up there on a national stage. If you can prove that you're one of those guys, you're more than a big fish in a small pond. Now you're in the ocean now. This is a game scouts are going to evaluate.
Right.
This is a big game, and they got players too that are getting NFL recruits. I mean, getting recruited by the NFL. So you know how that go. If you can make plays on them and hold,
then you're on the radar.
You feel me?
Yeah.
So everybody got a high morale, man. It's a great opportunity for us.
All right, we're going to take a quick break. You'll be able to see the rest of our shows, a little bit of ad time for the rest of our shows over at Bluff City Media, and we'll be back on the other side to hear all of these guys' stories and how they got here.
Bluff City Media and Bluff City NIL are proud partners of Coaching for Literacy, a Memphis nonprofit using the power of sports to impact childhood literacy. When you donate to Bluff City NIL through Coaching for Literacy, your gift is 100% tax deductible. This partnership is a win-win-win. Tiger student athletes win in the NIL landscape. Coaching for Literacy wins by engaging Tiger student athletes in this monumental cause. And most importantly, elementary students in Memphis receive support to become strong readers. To donate today, visit coachingforliteracy.org/bluff-city.
Yeah, because Zach Randolph went into the Blazers organization that had some characters. Underline the word characters,
Right.
okay? He's coming from Michigan State. He's from Marion, Indiana. And then you go to Portland, Oregon, which it's an entirely different culture, entirely different demographic. He had people around him who were guys from Marion. Hey, you owe us. Anthony, one of the key memories of my time here in Memphis off the court, I did a Read to Achieve event with Zach Randolph. And the kid who read the most books, his prize was to get to interview Zach Randolph. And the young man, first question to Zach is, what's the hardest thing for a black athlete to learn? And Zach did not give him any, like BS fluff answer. He said, a lot of times the people who say they're your friends, they're not your friends. And you have to pick the people around you very, very wisely.
Tune in to The Anthony Sane Show Wednesdays and Fridays at 12 p.m. weekly on the Bluff City Media YouTube channel.
Are they keeping it vanilla because they played two bad opponents, or is it just a very basic offense? Like, will there be any creativity to this offense this year?
I think that in the pass game, they have the tendency to get creative. Like that RPO to Toski is fun, like wide open. I hate to be this guy. I'd go with the latter. I don't know if there's a lot of creativity in the run game.
Yeah.
Tim Cramsey hasn't shown it. It's inside zone, inside zone, inside zone, outside zone, inside zone, inside. It's just consistently out of the shotgun, handing a running back and in between the tackles and saying go. It's not working. You have to switch things up and give the defense a different look, and I don't think that Tim Cramsey's shown any level of tendency to do that. And
yeah, I do like the fact that they're throwing them the ball, they're giving them the ball in space there, but as far as running the ball and the running schemes, they're just not getting them in space. They're just ramming it up the middle.
Tune in to On the Bluff with Christian Fowler and Gabe Kuhn every Tuesday at 12 p.m. on the Bluff City Media YouTube channel.
And I wonder if Silverfield's time in the NFL is the reason for this, but it feels like a much more NFL style
100%.
to do that, as opposed to what you see a lot in college is just keep doing your thing, keep putting up points.
I think style points really only matter if your job is on the line or you are playing a ranked opponent. I think that's really the only
Or
time.
you're at a place like Memphis where you have, like, you don't have a huge core fan base. That may not be the case at all college football programs.
Yeah.
But definitely in Memphis where you have, a core of 25,000-ish fans that are fans, and then you've got to bring in 10, 15 casual that are, their number one team is somewhere else. But if you're exciting and fun, they're going to come to a Thursday night game against Navy when their team's not playing.
But I think you also get that if you just win.
Tune in to Tigers Untapped with TJ Willis and Trey Lasley every Wednesday at 3 p.m. on the Bluff City Media YouTube channel.
What's up, everybody? We are back, and now we're going to get to learn a little bit more about all the guys sitting here with me. We're going to start with all right. Sometimes that
I
happens.
stepped on the court. I think.
No, you're good. You're good. All right, Hank, we're going to start with you. Tell us how you got here. Tell us about your journey.
So I grew up right down the street from here. Went to Riverdale Elementary, and then went to Houston High School, which is, again, right down the street from here. Through middle school and a lot of high school, I really focused on basketball. It was definitely my first love. I just really, really enjoyed playing the game. And so I think it's helped, translate to football a little bit with just hands, feet, stuff like that. It's helpful to be able to lean back on roots of basketball, but I'm better than Rock, 100%.
No. Stop it.
I'm playing.
But anyway, yeah, I played basketball all through high school, and really kind of blew it with football in high school. My sophomore and junior year, I didn't work for it as much as I should have, and looking back on it, I wish that I would have, worked out more and really focused as much as I did on basketball. So going into my senior year, I knew that, I wanted to try and do something with football, and so played pretty well my senior year, made the all-region team, which was a big deal for me, and that was kind of it for me. I thought I was done, and I was fine with that. I thought I kind of maxed out what I was doing, and so my freshman year I went to Tennessee and was just a regular student up there, and that's when the second wave of COVID hit. And so I remember I was sitting up there and I really didn't have much to do, and so I came back to Memphis, and I still remember it like it was yesterday. I was watching a Memphis game in my parents' room. We were sitting there, and I was like, I want to play. Like, I feel like I can. And they both supported and were like, well, then do it. So I knew a kid through basketball, through AAU, actually, and his dad was one of the recruiters from Memphis. And so reached out to him, and he was like, yeah, you can come talk to Silverfield. So I went in, talked to him a little bit, and he was like, I was expecting to have to try out or like at least show that I knew what I was doing. He was like, no, you're on the team. And I was like, all right. And so the next day we went out and ran stadiums. It killed me. I was crawling up the stairs. Yeah, I was. They were killing me. I remember Coach Silverfield walked by. And he's like, "Welcome to college football," and I was like, "Yeah, I'm not playing this." I want to go home. I went home. I was like, "I'm done." But I stuck it out through then, and I'm going into my third year now, and it's definitely been one of the best experiences of my life, and I wouldn't change it for anything.
Nice.
All right, Davion. Everybody strap in. I'm sure this is
I know, man. I ain't really got like a crazy story. I mean, like everybody else in the South, we started off playing football when we was young. I really didn't see myself playing sports for real. I know that might sound crazy, but like I was just like a regular dude, like, going with the flow of school. And then it wasn't until I used to play basketball, but I was so cold. Before I got fat, y'all. I swear I was cold. But I was like the same. I was the same height, but I was like 200 pounds, bro. I was a point guard, averaged 20 points a game. I promise y'all. Yeah, I was all defense. All defense. So that's where I got good feet for offensive lineman. So y'all, in 10th grade, I was playing like walk down linebacker, man. I got, me, man. I'm a little funny guy, man. So I got kicked out the team 8th and 9th grade. I just getting into it with the coaches, man. I just couldn't do it. And so my parents, you know me, I got a smart mouth talking shit, But yeah, man, I got into it with the coaches. So I didn't play my 8th and 9th grade year. So 10th grade come around, I'm playing like buck. And like some freak stuff happened, bro. And it's like 4 offensive linemen down in high school. And like, they moved me to center, bro. Oh my God, I hated it. And so like I ended up sticking there at center. And then like I put on I was like 230 at the time. And they was like, man, I think you can play offensive line. And I was like, bro, there's no way I'm playing this. So I gave it a shot, man. I actually got my first JUCO offer. I mean, if you see me on the roster, it's 6 foot. I'm really not 6 foot, guys. I'm 6'1". They forgot the whole inch. But I'm 6'1" on the offensive line, so that's not really the ideal height you want to be on the offensive line. But so I really didn't think I was gonna play Division I, and that was what I wanted to do. So I felt like if I wasn't going D1, I didn't really want to play. But I had some guys on my corner. They told me the JUCO route. So I went to a JUCO not far from Memphis, about 35 minutes, called Northwest Mississippi Community College. And, I had we had the COVID season, but that second year is really where I made my name. I won MVP and I won All-American. I was all that. And I signed in Memphis the early signing week in 2022. And, man, when I got to Memphis, I got gutted. Like, my second day, it was awful, man. I called my mama. I had a towel over my head. I'm crying in the locker room. I'm like, Mom, I can't do it. I'm finna quit. About like you. And then I was like, I'm gonna stick it out, and I ended up actually starting that last year, and so I was like, wow, look at that, it just worked itself out. So now I'm going on my second year. Experienced guy, man. We got me, Likes, and Jonah. We all played together last year, so we got some good chemistry in there. So it's really cool now. You know what I'm saying? We get stuff done now.
All right, Rob.
Yeah, so it started my junior year of high school. I was started pretty good. No, I'm just saying. No, who is this? Calm down, let me speak. So my junior year of high school, I had a good year that year. Coming off a good season. Won state and everything. Had all the offers I wanted or whatever. And I had committed to Tennessee. So I committed to Tennessee. I've been committed to them since my junior year, rolled into my senior year. Then COVID came and all that. Stopped football for a minute. But as the season started up, going through, get to the playoffs and everything, we lose a game. And then a couple weeks to I say after the season, I had to talk to coaches and everything about what school I was going to. Situation happened with Tennessee first time. And I talked to everybody about that, about if I'm going to still stay or not or whatnot. But after that, I stayed committed, Then as the month went by, signing day come. And I get a call from my coach that morning during class. And he was like, he was crying, telling me he needed to talk to me. And I was like, what's going on, coach? And he was like, just come to my office. So I go down to his office or not, we talking. He was like, Tennessee wasn't going to honor your scholarship. And I was like, at that time, I didn't know what that means. So I'm like, what you mean? He was like, well, they pulled your offer. I'm like, wow. So this was shocking to me because I had my gear ready to sign and everything. And my mom was mad. It was just a whole bunch going on. But peep off of that, I had a basketball game the next day. So going into that basketball game, it was crazy. We playing in the game. This was fourth round. This was go to the state. So we go play at Mount Brook. This is a team in Birmingham and whatnot. But the whole student section had a little picture of me with a mailbox with an X on it. But it said Tennessee declined you. So they was chatting that the whole time. So that I'm in my head ain't no way they doing this right now. So I'm playing the whole game. Then after that, the next day, my phone is blowing up a lot of coaches from everywhere just blowing up. So I literally had 10 hours to commit to another school. Because, one day for signing, spots filled. So the offers really didn't mean nothing to me. So, Coach Silverfield hit me up and was like, what's up, big fella? Da-da-da-da-da. And he was like, yeah.
So the brighten the mood, man. It's kind of a sad story.
Let me talk.
So I saw you were listed as a tight end on some websites. Were you a little chunky boy?
No, I wasn't. They got it all wrong. They got it all wrong. I was never a tight end.
Okay. I always thought you was a tight end and you moved to receiver. I was like, man, I wish I could get you
in. You looked like a tight end when you first got here, bro.
Okay.
I was 240.
You were a chunky boy?
Yeah, I was chunky when I got here. I was chunky when I got here.
He was more.
I wish I could. Man, I wish I was skinny, man.
And everything. He was talking to me and everything, but I never knew about Memphis coming. I never knew about Memphis. Never been to Memphis. Never knew. I thought Memphis was D2. Really. I really thought Memphis was D2. What a guy,
huh? This guy's on our team?
I thought it was D2. But coming here, as soon as I talked to Coach them, I just, got the paper, signed, and that was about it. But ever since then, it's been a blessing, come to a school where they, support you, love you, show you the love that, and you can trust. Because over time, I built a relationship with Coach them and, been working hard ever since. So, yeah.
All right, DeAgo.
For sure. Hey, look, I thought you was going to say, when you was like, I had the hoop game, I thought you were going to say, yeah, I scored 40 because they took my...
So they just turned while you on the sideline, huh?
That's what I was saying. That's what I thought it was going to. That's for real.
Though. I had 22, but I found out the game. No, we lost.
You out there filing because you mad, huh?
No. I had 5 out there.
You won't say that again.
But I started playing football. I was 5 years old. Really, my dad loved football. He always did. We huge Bengal fans in the house. I'm from Cincinnati though.
Yeah.
So we love the Bengals. But I always liked football for real. I started playing when I was 5. It was all cool in Little League. Going around probably 11, 12. Started playing for my middle school team. My middle school team was cool. High school came. A lot of my friends from my Little League team went to the same high school. Like even Jalen Johnson, he played with us still. And me and him went to high school together, though. Yeah,
Who is
so
that?
Jalen Johnson?
Safety.
Yeah, I know. I'm just
Oh,
I was about to say, how do you know
Nah,
It's
that?
tough.
bro.
That is.
Look, though. So, you so crazy.
I mean,
Really threw me out. But so yeah, high school come. We all went to the same high school. Freshman year came. Everybody get moved up to JV. I was on freshman still. I was the only one out of everybody who came for real who was still on freshman. Everybody was a JV. I was a freshman. Sophomore year came. I played JV. Junior year came. I was varsity. And like, my high school, it was a good high school. We had like a scout team and all that. You know what I'm saying? So a lot of guys going to the scout team. I didn't go to the scout team, but I didn't get no reps in the game, like with the ones, with the twos. You feel me? It was one of them situations.
Yeah.
Which, my junior year is supposed to be a big year. So it kind of hurt a little bit. You feel me? Coming from that, you feel me? You ain't playing your junior year. That hurt. Senior year come. Well, okay, senior year come. I really wanted to quit football, to be honest, just because I wasn't playing my junior year. I felt sad. I felt like I was letting my people down. To me, I feel like that's a low key embarrassment. Not playing like your junior year. That's the prime of your high school. I bet that's the prime. I bet you went dumb your junior year.
Yeah, I did.
You went dumb your junior year. Everybody went dumb their junior year. But then, okay, so I wanted to quit. My mom told me she wouldn't let me quit. She wouldn't let me transfer. She was like, no, this stuff build character. That's what she always told me. Like, no,
when you was at
LaSalle, my high school.
yeah,
She was like, no, this stuff build character. Like, because I want to quit football. So I know you can't quit this build character. So I'm like, cool. I stuck it out. Senior year came. All off season, I really put in the most work I feel like I ever put in the off season. Like, because my mom, you feel me, she picking me up. Everybody in the house picking me up. I'm having to talk to my family. I'm like, I got to put the work in, just see what it do. It's my last year. Like, if it don't work out, then it don't work out. It's cool. I got to live with it.
Right.
So I put a lot of work in. Senior year come out. I had a good year, probably the best year on my team. But again, it was the COVID year. So you feel me? Everybody was bringing they seniors back for extra year,
Right.
and then the recruiting was just slow. But 4 of the guys I played with in high school, like I played corner. We had 2 corners that went D1 and 2 safeties that went D1, all in my same grade. We was all in the same grade. So like I wasn't playing for real. Even my senior year I had a good year, but it was like they was trying to rotate me and take me out, stuff like that. So I only had 2 offers, and that was Thomas More and Campbellsville, both NAIA schools. Thomas More just went D2.
Yeah, I was just gonna ask you, like, was that like D4 or D5 schools? Like,
Nah, bro, just NAIA, bro.
so NAIA, what that mean?
National, some.
No, I'm saying, so like, how does it's scholarships?
Yeah. So look, D1, D2 scholarships.
Mhm.
D3 no scholarships. NAIA scholarships. NAIA can get scholarships, but not full though. So it's
I was just
do y'all
saying
guys
that
have,
went.
but not
like
full.
half like grades, half football, or is it just
Tight. You smart, ain't? Chill out. You feel me? So yeah, I went to Campbellsville.
Lawyer boy.
When I went, I was like, man, I'm down here. I'm like, you from my boys get those D1, I'm down here, but it was cool for real. I just was being with my feet was trying to be the best I could for them. Really, just every day trying to be the best I could for them. They liked me. I started my freshman year. Sophomore year came. Best film I ever had came from my film last year. Best film I ever had. Had a great coach who taught me a lot of stuff though. And really, after that year, Coach in Memphis seen my film, gave me an opportunity to come play here. Came and played.
So before we get out of here, I want to ask all of you guys something because y'all have all been in a similar position. DeAgo coming in his first year, like you said, you kind of had to grind to get here. It wasn't easy for you. Rock, you got stuff with Tennessee. That's tough.
Yeah.
And then you come here. Takes a couple years to really get in the rotation heavy. Davion, you came in quick, but still JUCO guy. I'm not dropping you, but JUCO guy.
Yeah, fact. Hey, I do go to stomp y'all, man.
Y'all was tough.
Oh yeah.
Were you on the team that won the national
Oh yeah,
championship?
even he know about it.
Yeah.
You feel me?
I'm from Mississippi. Though.
Oh, what part?
Olive Branch.
What? Yeah, we won
good,
2
though.
state
It's not
championships and
like-
1
that's
national.
It's like I was good.
Yeah, that's what
It's not like I
Scooter's
was
from.
good. The high
Scooter.
school could've beat it.
Oh, Xavier.
Yeah.
And then Hank, you've had to work your way to get on the roster to
I'm
play.
still walking on
a lot, but
Not
a lot,
for long, buddy.
but a lot of work to get in a position where you're playing meaningful snaps and you're making
Yeah.
plays. So for all of you guys, like you don't have to go into the details of what that journey was like because you just did. But how wonderful of a feeling is it to know that you've been through that grind and all of y'all are playing meaningful snaps. All of y'all are playing at a Division I school where you're on national TV, you're in big spotlights. So what is that like?
So that's a good feeling. You know, it's a confidence booster for sure. Like, cause at times, like, not a lot of people have confidence like in that position, like not be able to play.
You gotta work.
Yeah, gotta
You're
work
not
for your
playing.
spot. A lot of people give up, but if you just keep working, you know, build your confidence, and yeah.
I feel like it's really big for me. I come from like a family of like the working middle class, so like you're not just poor, but
Right.
like they can't afford. You're not gonna get the financial aid to go to college.
Yeah.
So it was always big for me to get my school paid for, and they used to harp on it about it. You know, my parents, they stayed asking me about getting my school paid for, and they would give me a car. Give me a car. So I ended up getting my school paid for, and I remember being stuck in JUCO after like my because we didn't play any games. So my first year, I'm like, man, I can't stay here because JUCO conditions, man, I'm telling you, they work almost jail conditions. But yeah, I remember just sitting there like, man, I gotta get somewhere. And then that's when NIL came out too. I'm like, man, I gotta get somewhere. NIL, I gotta get a stipend, I gotta get all this stuff, you know, to help me, you know, propel my career and everything like that, man. And it's like so rewarding, man, when I look back and I see I still got some friends in JUCO, and I know how they feel, man. And the guys who come from JUCO and they get to these FBS teams, they're usually dogs, man.
Yeah.
'Cause they know what it's like going through that.
Yeah, a lot of our guys a lot of our best guys are from similar situations, just JUCO guys that have worked their way up. But yeah, I'd say for me, the main rewarding thing is like being able to put on display what I've worked for. And so, you know, when I first walked on, I was trying to play tight end, and then I got moved to D-line. And
Tight end?
Really?
You
No,
cannot,
bro.
No.
You can
Getting
The
crushed.
only tight end that can guard me is DeAgo. That's no cap.
I love that.
That's 100%.
I love that though.
Let me step away there.
I love that.
But yeah, the rewarding side of it is just being able to, you know, go out there and play in front of my city. I mean, this is where I'm from.
Facts.
You know, going out there and playing in front of people that have supported me for years. I mean, I have people that I haven't talked to in forever texting me and telling me they're proud of me and stuff. And like that's the best part, is just putting on for the people that supported me over the years. So
Is that me breathing in the mic, yo?
yeah,
Probably.
Jeez,
Probably.
man. Sound like a grizzly bear, man.
I feel like though, you know, being able to do it, I really, you feel me? A lot of people from back home wouldn't expect me to be here, so it's like for them, it's probably tough for them. I know my parents and stuff. They probably feel so proud. They probably got the biggest gasp of air from it. But I feel like every day I'm still in it. You feel me? I feel like in practice I'm still competing for a spot every day, no matter what. So it's like I'm not really worried thinking about like, you feel me, the good feeling of it. Yeah, I'm just trying to work. Like that's all I can think about for real.
Yeah. All right, we are going to close it out. Want to say a big shout out to all these guys here: Hank, Davion, Rock, DeAgo. Appreciate you guys. Let It Fly. Appreciate y'all for having us. Davion can tell you it's good because he ate every bit of it before we even started.
Yeah, man, come out, man. It's sweet tea, man,
Davion,
to die for.
It was good.
I swear, man, this is my first sweet tea in so long.
Yeah, Davion did not let DeAgo or Rock eat any of the food, so it is.
Yeah,
good.
I kind of spread it out before we got started. I didn't want everybody to think I was so fat, man. I had all the plates.
all right here.
It just looks so bad, man. It looks so nasty.
Big boys gotta eat though. We love it.
Yeah.
Facts, man.
But we are going to wrap it up. We appreciate you guys for joining us, and we will see you back here next week.
So
Bluff City Media and Bluff City NIL are proud partners of Coaching for Literacy, a Memphis nonprofit using the power of sports to impact childhood literacy. When you donate to Bluff City NIL through Coaching for Literacy, your gift is 100% tax deductible. This partnership is a win-win-win. Tiger student athletes win in the NIL landscape. Coaching for Literacy wins by engaging Tiger student athletes in this monumental cause. And most importantly, elementary students in Memphis receive support to become strong readers. To donate today, visit coachingforliteracy.org/bluff-city.
I'm not going to miss a lot. I don't think I'm going to miss a lot basketball-wise from Dylan. But there are so many things about Dylan that had nothing to do with him putting a ball in the basket, or not putting the ball in the basket. That I'm going to miss more. I'm going to miss his stuff, man, his antics, the stuff he said. No matter what you say about Dylan Brooks, you can never say that he took games off. You never say a game you feel like he was half-assing it. Like, you know what I mean? Like he's a very entertaining dude, man. And he embraced being a villain. I'm going to miss that about him at all.
I enjoyed being around Dylan, and
He's
the
great, man.
Dylan the villain thing, was fun to talk about. Dylan was one of the guys. He would sign every autograph. He'd take every picture.
Yeah.
He was great with kids. I think his persona became so big that it outstripped his performance on the court. Most media people aren't talking about guys that average 12, 13 points a game.
Yeah.
But they talked about him because he was colorful.
Yeah.
Tune in to The Anthony Sane Show, Wednesdays and Fridays at 12 p.m. weekly on the Bluff City Media YouTube channel.
I got a semi-death threat one time. Cotton Bowl 2019.
Over what?
I have no idea. But
Yeah,
this dude was DMing me some
Vile.
horrific stuff.
Yeah.
I mean,
Yeah.
what could you have possibly said that would move somebody during the Cotton Bowl? To
Well,
do that?
I will say during the Cotton Bowl, and this is well documented, I've talked about this multiple times, I was enamored by Micah Parsons.
Yeah.
And so,
Should
like,
be.
possibly 70% of my tweets revolved around Micah Parsons and how
Well,
good
he
he was.
wrecked the game.
This
So-
Memphis fan was not cool about it. And it wasn't after the game, it was during the game. Like, I remember being
that's
in
one
the press
part
box.
of fandom that really does bother me. Is like you can talk about good players on the other team.
I don't know if it was actually death threats, but he was certainly threatening.
He was mad.
to take action upon me.
He
Keyboard
probably
Warriors.
didn't even have like a real name up there. It was
No.
probably a burner account or
Yeah,
something.
did not have an actual picture or anything.
You know how
like that.
damn soft that is. That's
Soft.
soft as shit.
There you go.
Soft as hell.
It's good.
Tune in to On the Bluff with Christian Fowler and Gabe Kuhn every Tuesday at 12 p.m. on the Bluff City Media YouTube channel.
So Silverfield, in his immediate availability today, said, you guys are going to want to see something Thursday night. You guys are going to see something Thursday night you haven't seen from us before. We put in something last night that we've never done here.
I want it to kind of be the wing tee. I think that would be funny just to combat it. Like, personally, I don't think that's what's going to be. I think they're going to go 5 wide, like 5 true wide receivers out there. Look, I just said
I know.
I want
but
it
if
to
that's what
spread
it is,
out.
I'm going to be so mad. You can't be throwing around some statement like this about nothing we've ever done before just because you're 5 wide without your tight end split out.
How many times has he talked about?
You're right.
Hasn't
he
been a
has. It
tight end.
probably is
There's
that.
always been a tight end.
Do we think it has to be offensively though?
No, but like, I don't know.
I don't think you tease something like that if it's defensive.
I know what it is.
No, you don't.
I do.
No, you don't.
We're announcing it. I know y'all are kind of joking with the fans and everything, but it's time to stop being so humble. Y'all are suiting up on Thursday night.
No, I would. That would definitely be something that they
Left tackle,
have never seen before.
TJ Willis.
That would be a terrible idea.
Tune in to Tigers Untapped with TJ Willis and Trey Lasley every Wednesday at 3 p.m. on the Bluff City Media YouTube channel.